Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 65?
So if I ever bought a camera and took a what's it called, you could do it for me.
Hello, I am son number 1, and I've got to tell you what is good about my dad.
Hello Tony, and happy birthday to you. You've reached the senior citizen's age now, so you are entitled to a bus pass. Now, I'm about to look back at some of your past. We actually met when we worked for Race Furniture, 1964.
Hi, I'm Abigail and I am the eldest child and only daughter, so therefore the most favourite. But, should we say however, Dad wouldn't say that with the amount of ding-dongs we've had, but I have to say we've made them all up nicely and he's had to put up with all my tantrums.
Happy birthday, Tony, for Friday. Happy 65th birthday, Tony, even though I can't believe that you are 65, because you're still gorgeous, like I told you the other day. Right,
Yeah.
okay, you're not going to say that, are you? Yeah, and have a good party on Saturday. We'll be there eventually.
See you after football.
You was a lorry driver and I went furniture fitting. We crossed paths a few times, but after a few months I went lorry driving with you, which then started off our relationship, which has lasted ever since, 42 years. And I can't ever remember us falling out over anything. Stop.
What I want you to say is happy birthday, Grandad Tony. Yeah.
Right. A milkman, an ice cream man. He worked at Shaw's, but I don't know what he done there. Might have been in the sweet factory. He was a bus driver, I think, and a taxi driver, and a mechanic. I said that. And he worked at Hobbins. He's done a few more things. And he was a mechanic there as well. And he worked at Johnston's.
It was funny.
And yeah,
it
we
was
did.
Funny.
We did go back as far as the taxis, Shinnis taxis,
Yeah.
because your dad always worked for Peter Anderson. Stan did,
Alright.
and because Peter Anderson had a firm down there, and they all worked, and I worked at the Potteries, and we used to, all four of us used to go out at night, you know, especially on a Thursday night, and we sat around, you know, in pubs, and we was talking about what type of sort of firm could we, business we could sort of come up with. Well, the thing is that taxis was the main thing, because all three of them were taxi drivers.
Yeah.
And so eventually we all had a car each, and we started up Shennis taxis between us.
Yeah.
But I only done it for 6 months, and I dropped out. But your dad done. Your dad never done so much. He'd done a lot of driving, but not as much as the rest of us, because he always looked after the cars.
Yeah,
made sure the cars was all running.
Yeah.
And I say I done it for 6 months, and it wasn't me. You know, I just wasn't a taxi driver. I used to, you know, just. So I dropped out, and it just the three of them. And I think Stan was the next one to drop out. I wouldn't argue about that, but and then Colin ended up, and your dad.
Well, he was just on the taxis, only when we first knew him. He was on the taxis, and then I don't know if he was a milkman after that, wasn't he? Was he a milkman after the taxis?
Yeah.
He was a milkman, and then I suppose he worked at Ogbins after that, wasn't it? After the milkman.
Yeah.
What else can we say?
Yeah, he talks formerly of being an undertaker. He's got some funny stories around that, although he hates the owner to death. Excuse the pun, didn't mean that. He used to run some taxis. He used to work with Daniel Works. But pretty much just turned his hand to everything, doesn't he? He seems to be quite good with his hands. I wouldn't let him tile though.
I don't remember all the jobs you have had, but from what I remember, you were milkman, apprentice, mechanic, bus driver, taxi driver, and then owner of shared S taxis. Lorry drove for Smith Removals, Smith Box, Ogden's Funeral Parlour, but not necessarily in that order.
He has been, it'd be like that thing where you have to name 10, isn't it? He's been a milkman, taxi driver, lorry driver, undertaker, car salesman.
Jobs? Ooh, jobs? No, not, hang on a minute, I don't know. Oh, jobs over the years. Yeah, he's been in a few. He's been a bit of a... oh, what was that programme Reminder with the Arthur Daly in it, flogging the cars? He's always been into a little bit of this and a little bit of that. His taxi days were a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Dodgy.
You know, but I think all in all, he's turned out to be a nice bloke.
Jobs, oh my goodness, every single job in the world. So obviously the funeral, I don't know what he really did at the funeral place, but he was like worked at a funeral place, I know that. And a milkman, and I heard someone else say ice cream van driver the other day, but I've never heard of that. And taxi driver, because there's the whole train crash thing with the taxi, and like car stuff, and I don't know.
Obviously, my dad has had quite a big fascination with cars over the years, and he has owned a lot of cars. Generally, it's either been a Volvo or a Fiat Uno, which he knows inside out, really.
Any what?
Cars he's had.
Oh, no. Ah! Right. Ready? Right. I could name 100, but I remember when you taught me to drive, I can't remember in what car, when you lived in Westminster, and I was 12 years old. You took me down to Garrison, and I learnt to drive when I was 12 years old, which not many kids do. And you taught me, and you was like a dad to me. But all your rust buckets that you've done up over the years are unbelievable, Tone, and I don't know why you're still doing it. So there you go.
Any cars? Yes, he's had that Robin Reliant thing that he used to take me home in. Yeah, and a Daimler. He's had a Daimler.
Too many.
I don't know anything else.
Too many.
He's had all kinds of cars, hasn't he? I can remember the Robin Reliant he used to take me home in, yeah, definitely.
Don't forget things like that.
No, you don't.
No, I couldn't name any of your cars over the years, but I've seen a few, been in a few, broke down in a few, and over the years it's basically been rust buckets.
Which is true, isn't it?
Oh, you ain't kidding. You stopped it anyway.
Oh, I'll never stop it.
As long as I've known him, he has been involved in cars. As to how many he has owned, I could not hazard a guess. But as regards the makes of cars, the best I can say, I can't ever remember him having a Yank car. So, at a guess, he's had all the other makes of car, even three-wheelers and 2CV Citroen. No pride there, Tony.
Jobs? Ooh, jobs? No, not, hang on a minute, I don't know. Oh, jobs over the years. Yeah, he's been in a few. He's been a bit of a... oh, what was that programme Reminder with the Arthur Daly in it, flogging the cars? He's always been into a little bit of this and a little bit of that. His taxi days were a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Dodgy.
You know, but I think all in all, he's turned out to be a nice bloke.